The year is 1985. Atlanta is buzzing with energy. In the midst of this vibrant scene, a visionary named Michael Magic Bonnie decides to shake things up in the A. See, Atlanta ain't just a city, it's a feeling. It's bright lights and bad decisions. And right in the heart of it sits a legend, a temple draped in neon lights. And what do they call it? They call it Magic City. See, before the Bentleys, before the BMF explosion, before trap music laid its roots in red clay, Atlanta was still finding its soul. And in 1985, a man named Michael Magic Bonnie decided it was time to give the city something it didn't even know it needed. Prior to the city calling him Magic, Michael Bonnie was just a young dude with a headset and a hustle, selling toner cartridges over the phone. That's right, copiers and ink. But the way he finessed themselves, the way he could talk a man into buying 3 when he only needed 1, they started calling him Magic, and that name stuck like glitter on a dollar bill. But Magic's eyes weren't on office supplies. He had a bigger picture in mind. He'd slide through clubs like the Purple Onion, Foxy Ladies Lounge, and Montrez, not to party, but to study. The layout, the music, the clientele, the women. And what he saw was what they were missing. The dancers didn't have the look nor the finesse. They were hustling, yeah, but the magic, it wasn't there. And Barney, he believed he could build better. See, in 1985, he took a bold leap. Locked down the leash, not in Buckhead, but in downtown Atlanta, on 241 Forsyth Street at a dusty old print shop. $10,000 a month, that's what it cost him. A big risk for a man with no blueprint, just a vision and a bankroll. But Barney ain't blinked. He saw past the grime and the ink-stained floors. What he saw was magic. Yeah, the city had its share of clubs, but he wanted something different, something exclusive. A place where the streets met luxury, where money talked loud, but the ambiance whispered. It started small, just a few girls on the floor.
Is it true you had one dancer?
Yeah.
She was loyal. She was down for it.
One bartender, one everything. One beginning at the bottom. Had a little girl on the steps with some balloons, holding some balloons.
But what they lacked in numbers, they made up for in ambition. And then came a man named DC, the Brain Supreme. You know him from the tag team Whoop There It Is song. But back then, DC was breaking down game behind closed doors. He wasn't just teaching these women how to dance, he was teaching them the art of the hustle. How to move like queens, how to read a room, and how to make a man feel like he just met a dream in real life. It wasn't about shaking for tips, it was about presence, control, power. Magic wasn't just building a club, he was crafting a culture. Brick by brick, dancer by dancer, and dollar by dollar. See, it didn't take long for the streets to catch on. Hustlers, ball players, execs from LaFlace Records, they all started to come through. Killer Mike once said, Michael Barney is the father of Atlanta nightlife. The bottle service, the celebrity entrances, all of that. That's Magic's legacy. But what truly set Magic apart was his undeniable influence on the music scene. This hot spot became the ultimate testing ground for emerging hip-hop tracks. Artists like Future, Migos, and Young Thug had their careers pop after having their songs played in Magic. Even DJ Esco spun his way to prominence at Magic City. Artists knew that if their song got love here, it was destined for greatness.
Magic City, DJ Fernando, and those girls single-handedly broke all my music in that one club.
They say if you ain't made it in Magic, you ain't made it in Atlanta. But every kingdom has its shadows. See, behind the glitz and the glamour, the streets were as ever present in the club as the athletes and stars. See, when you stack millions in one building, with athletes, dope boys, and out-of-towners all gather under one roof, egos don't just brush up against each other, they collide. Over the years, several shootings, stabbings, and robberies have occurred in the parking lot of surrounding areas. In response, Barney stepped up security, brought in off-duty cops, and metal detectors went up. Even the king's reign was tested, and every boss must walk through the fire to remain on top. Zoning issues, political pressure, even a full-blown city council attempt to get the club shut down. They said it was corrupting the city, said it was a haven for crime and a magnet for the wrong crowd. By the early 90s, the feds were watching, and what they brought forward, it wasn't just a fine for unpaid taxes or noise complaints. They hit Barney with conspiracy to distribute cocaine. The government's case relied on snitches such as Nigel Pratt of the Bahamas, who testified that Barnes vowed to stand behind any drug deal if anything went wrong. Magic strongly denied the allegations, but did say he solicited business from patrons who were later found guilty of drug trafficking. The allegations were heavy. Said he was part of a multi-million-dollar drug trafficking operation stretching across the South. Said he wasn't just running the club, he was running the pipeline. They painted Magic not as a businessman, but as a kingpin in disguise. In '94, the empire cracked. Michael Magic Barney, the man behind the throne, got hit hard. Convicted on federal charges for conspiracy to distribute cocaine. They gave him 10 years, leaving Barney with the decision to sell the business to his brother-in-law, Derek Cooper. A year later in '95, Magic caught fire. An arson attack tore through the club with flames gutting the building, leaving it hollow and blackened. No suspects, no charges, just smoke and silence. For a minute, it looked like Magic might be gone for good. But some legends never die, they resurrect. In Magic City, it rose from the ashes. And by the time Barney walked out of those prison gates in 2001, the whole game had shifted in his favor. Rival clubs were falling left and right. The scene was thinning out while Magic stood tall. Then came DJ Nando, a pioneer who sparked the cultural shift with just 3 words: Magic City Mondays. It wasn't just a night, it was an institution. If your record rang off in Magic on a Monday night, that meant it was ready for the world. Artists would pay DJs under the table to spin their tracks, watching how the dancers moved and how the crowd reacted. It was a street-certified A&R system, a pay-for-play proving ground where hits were born in real time under them neon blue lights. Magic City had become more than a club, it was the nerve center of Atlanta's music scene. And despite the challenges he faced, Barney turned those obstacles into opportunities. He turned the club into more than just a night spot. It became the place to be. Rappers, athletes, execs, everybody came through. Every setback, just another setup for a bigger play. Michael Magic Barney turned grit into gold, and in doing so, carved out a legacy built on hustle, vision, and a refusal to bow to anything but the best. He told Atlanta Magazine in a rare interview, "I've been truly blessed. Even when I run into trouble, or I've been spanked by life, I rebound. I believe that rebounding is a blessing, and I just believe that I'm truly blessed. At my funeral, don't cry. I had a hell of a run. Ain't no need for no tears, man. I owe it all to the people. The people did it. It wasn't me. It wasn't no magic behind it."
People literally go there just to be seen like, man, I'm in Magic City.
I'm a savage. Smacker, booty, and magic.